Hi everybody, it's Michelle, and in this video I'm going to show you guys how I have been using my Hobonichi. You can see that it's still all decorated up for Valentine's Day, and when Valentine's Day is over I will be replacing this, but I'm just not sure what I'm going to put in there yet. I may switch out the cover completely. I haven't decided. I might start using my leather cover that I made for it. So inside I just have some labels that I have color coded, pictures that I'm planning to put in there, more labels that I've color coded, my order sheet, that type of, just the extra little notes. And these are just Avery labels that are removable, and I use a highlighter or markers to just color code them. I've seen that a lot on the Erin Condren videos. They do that a lot with certain labels so that they can color code their planners. I thought that was a great idea for what I'm using them for. So my monthly pages, the vertical months, I still use as an index. If anything important goes on that particular day, I jot it there so I know where to find it in my book, because this is utter craziness back here on my daily pages, and this keeps it organized. Kind of the bullet journal type of system where you have your index and you know where to find it in your book. But this is going to have my entire year, so that's what's going to be great about this. At the top here, I keep my major to-dos for the month, and at the bottom I just keep notes on things that need to happen during that month also, like renewing my license tags for the vehicle. Here I need to know that my magazine subscription renews, and I'd put it down here because it's automatic, so I know when it's coming out of the bank and they're going to charge me, that type of thing. I still have more information to put in here from my other planners. I just haven't brought it over yet. So that's how I use the vertical month. And then the month on 2 pages is really my catch-all for everything. All my appointments, meetings, birthdays, all of that information goes here, plus my bills and income for the month. So if I need to reference back whether or not a bill was paid, how much I paid, I can just look at that month and I know when I paid the bill. So that is December, January, and February is here. So that's this month. This month I just went ahead and jotted in a to-do list up here on one of the blank days, or the unused days. Just as a reminder, again, these things need to be done this month. I did decorate a little bit for Valentine's Day, which I didn't really do very much of on these months, but I felt like it. I love decorating for Valentine's Day because pink is my favorite color. So this looks a little bit different because I do have all of these labels on the month. And this is my calendar for my blog. I'm trying to get it organized and set up a schedule for when I post things. And so everything is color coded, different categories, whether or not it's a blog post or a video. So I'm hoping to be more consistent with that and do things ahead of time so that everything can be scheduled and it can be there. So that's what all these labels are for over here. And they're great. If I change my mind about what I want to do, I can just peel it off and move it to another day. So I have it all planned out. Well, it's mapped out for March and April. I just have to write in when I decide what I want to do on those days. And that is how I'm using my monthly pages. Now my weekly pages are where I do most of my real planning, the day-to-day planning activities. I started this here actually on the 31st of January because I got my new book in the mail this day. My other Hobonichi was coming apart on the spine. I showed that in the last video. And they sent me a new book, which was very nice of them. So I started here, and I still have to go back and put in all this previous information because I do want to have it in here. It just hasn't been transferred over yet. So on my weekly pages, I keep track of everything I do throughout the day, daily to-dos up here, and I track certain things on the side here, just like a habit tracker. Down at the bottom, I just keep notes on just anything that I may want to keep track of for the day. And here you see I am using the little labels here also, just as a reminder, this is what I posted on these days. All of my weekly planning is color-coded. I don't color code anything in my daily pages any longer, just on my weekly planner. So when I'm planning my week, I will look at my monthly calendar, see what I have going on, plug it in here, and then I will put my to-dos that I need to do. And the rest of this, I will plug in appointments when I know that I'm going to be gone. But the rest of it is kind of put in after the fact, where I just keep track of what I did. Instead of blocking out times, I don't really block out times on my planner. I just kind of do it in reverse. So that is how I'm keeping my weekly sheets now. Now my daily pages started out as just keeping a little snippet of what happened during the day, my 5-year journal. I was going to do documented life in here, but I gave that up. But I had decided to move back into this for my planner, so it changed right about further in. It was around the middle of the month. So these pages here are actually out of my old Hobonichi. All of these pages. I just pulled out the signatures. It was 3 signatures, and I taped them in here. And they don't look real pretty, but I really don't care because all of my information is here, and I wanted it all in the same book. So all of my daily pages are here. There's some decorating, mostly with stickers. I do have the gouache paint. I haven't pulled that out in probably about a week because I've been so busy doing so much work online that I haven't had time to do much of anything at all. See, it's mostly notes. Notes. This was an extra page from pulling out the signatures. I had these extra pages there. Notes. Lots of notes. Notes, notes, notes. So the way I'm doing this now is I kind of divide this up into 2 sections. On this column, I keep notes of what's going on during the day. And on this side, I keep notes on whatever project is going on that day, whatever I'm working on. Then I also did put in some pictures of things that happened during the day because I just have to. I love it. I have to use my little printer and put my pictures in. I got new washi tape, so I put that in there that day too. And my pictures of my book covers, all of that is still here. Pictures of the faux dories I was making. So that's how I'm keeping my daily pages. And this could be anything and everything in here. I might find a recipe that I like online and jot that down, or any other little tidbit of information and just jot it on my daily page. This is where I put it. Now, when I pulled out these signatures to put in here, it gave me all these extra pages from the beginning of December through almost the very end of January. So the way I'm using those is just for notes. Just for whatever extra information I need to keep in the book. This just has to do with the blog, my calendar. And these, when I get an idea, I write it on here, pull this off and stick it on my weekly calendar. Just books to read, TV shows to watch. All these are blank. And these are all going to be used for stats for the business as I go. All the stats that I keep, so that's all in here too. And that's how my daily pages are now. So anything important from back here that I want to remember goes on the index up here. And that is it. That's how I'm doing my Hobonichi now. So everything is here in this book. The only thing that I do have in addition to this is I do keep my calendar in Google Calendar, and that is so that when I am out making doctor's appointments, I can just pull up my calendar, put it in right there, and it just synchronizes across all my devices, and I can set up reminders if I need to, and I can also send an invitation to my husband or whoever I need to if it's his appointment, so he has it on his calendar. So that's just all very convenient to have it that way. And that's another way I remember birthdays also, because they're all on my Google Calendar. So I just look at my calendar online and I plug them into my calendar here so that I have it. So if you guys have any questions about how I'm now doing my Hobonichi, using it as my planner, just put it in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. You guys have a great day, and I will see you next time.